All right, welcome back, sports fans. This is JAA with another demonstration of the game I am working on the basketball game. Um, I'm trying to make it into the one all to end all. You'll have right now the way it's set up is you can play it like play by play, which I think is probably the more fun aspect of the game. Um, and then you can also play it simulated. You can play it simulated by quarter, um, half, or by the game. So there is a simulation part to it if you wanted to kind of like get your season or a game's results. Um, I'm still in the process of working on how to get the stats uh, from the players that would have played in the game, but the groundwork is laid. Um, Coming up with that nuance shouldn't be that hard, I don't think. Um, but still, it's time. It's trying to find time to work on that. As I'm also working on other seasons of cards right now. I'm done with the 1961-62 season, um, which is also the season that I'm doing a replay on. I've got a couple requests of other seasons, ABA, and also later on, or more current, not like 2022 or whatever, but a little bit more recent. So I am in the process of working on a couple of those, getting those around. So I wanted to kind of give a brief description. I think I've done this in other videos, but I want to kind of give a little bit of a highlight of the flow of this game, and stuff that's played off the card. I will be doing just doing flipping facts for this demonstration, no dice rolling. So I'm going to look at we have the Philadelphia Warriors against the Boston Celtics, and this might be tough because I don't know if I have enough light. Not sure if that helped out or not. So looks like it might have. So I'm going to run through this card real quick. So on the team card, the name, where they played at, the attendance, kind of like a little bit of a nuance. The record for that was for that year. The coach's grade does come into play during simulation stuff. Not for this, but for simulation. Also, points that they made and points that they allowed. Their offensive rating, defensive rating comes into play for the simulation part, and also the quarter right there. And then the offense and defensive players down in here are for the per play. If you're rolling a d20, or it shows up on the fact cards. The press is down here. You would roll if they get down by 12 or more on every single play. If they're down by 12 or 13, you would roll a d20, 20 to 20, 10 to 20. They go into a press. If they don't, if you roll a d20 and it's say a 9, there's no press. They're just not even trying to come back, basically. And then you have an intentional foul over here. They intentionally foul if they're down by 8 and there's a minute left. Every team is different. And then also down here, this comes into the coaches. So if you're playing this two-player or even solo simulated, if you ever call a timeout, it's a plus minus, and you add or subtract 7 from, obviously you'd be coming on offense. So if it benefits you to add 7 to make it a good basket, or maybe possibly a basket with a foul, that would be good. Or you might have to minus 7 It gives you the leeway coming out of a timeout, kind of like you got coached up, or the players did. Um, and then you would roll this at the start of the quarter or coming out of a timeout. You'd roll a d20 first thing. Coming out of a timeout, you'd roll to see if they go to a zone or a man. That affects zone effects on the court, um, the numbers that are touching. So, like, say this outside shot of a 1 and a 4, if they were playing zone, these numbers touching would combine these two defensive players' totals to affect the shot. So, that's where that comes in play. And then down here, steals 3, assist 8. Those also are on the quick sim part of quarters and halves and the actual game too. So they won't come into play for the play-by-play. So that is a team card layout. I know it's kind of quick. I've kind of gone over in other videos. Nothing's really changed on that. So I'm going to go off a player card real quick before I actually get into this. So this is Chamberlain. Has all of his stats, field goals attempted, and then when you set up your lineup, you could set up your lineup however you want. If you're trying to do true to life replays, you probably want to go off the starting lineup, or you could try to go off of minutes played. Obviously, the players that had the higher minutes played per game are going to typically be your starters. And then this kind of goes into his free throws, fouls, personal fouls per game, height, and then so this goes into his shooting, mid-range, short, and then if it goes into his defense, there's his defensive rating plus 10. Most of your down low players, centers and forwards, typically have a plus because they're playing down low, and typically the closer you are to 1, you're going to be good, so you want to push those players up. If you're defending a center's defending a center, and the other center is going to be good at down low, a lower number, you're going to want to push him out, like get him up into the mids. Still could fall under a good, but that's kind of the idea behind trying to push them out, so their numbers are typically higher. The defensive numbers, I mean, they're pluses, not minuses. Not to say they're not 10s. Offensive rebound, defensive rebound. This is a draw foul. That goes off of if it's a foul, if it's an offensive look, did he draw the foul? If it's a draw foul on offense, then you look at that. If it falls in a 1 to 9, then Chamberlain drew it. If it's a 10 to 12, Chamberlain fouled, like on a charge. And then this is his free throw. That's a 1 to 49, and that's based off of a 1 to 80. So, and then there's his stats. He went to college. He was drafted first round, number 3 overall, and 3. So that's kind of a brief description of how the cards are laid out. I've got some facts right here. Still kind of tweaking the facts right now. They're kind of small. I probably will make these bigger once I get it all formatted right, how I like it, just so that they're easy to read. We're going to look for the tip. And the tip is the short player. If we can, there we go. Tip to the short. And Bill Russell is 6'10", Chamberlain 7'1", so Russell gets it. And then we're going to flip a card to see where it's going. And so you can play this 2 different ways. You can get all your stuff off of one card, like all your shots, or you can just get your offense and shot, and then location, and then flip another card to see the defender. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to flip one card for offensive shot, the player, and location. So the offensive player, I can read up here, or I can read down or down here. So I'm going to read the number 13, 6, and 3. So 13 is oddly enough, it is the number 1 player on the team, which would be is that Russell? See, Russell averaged 17, 20. It's actually going to be Tom Hyshon. Tom Hyshon is going to be shooting. 6 is going to be short, and 3 is right there. I want to see the defender, and the defender is 16. I'll give you another version of this on the Warriors side. 16 is going to be the power forward, and the power forward is Tom Gula. So yeah, Tom shooting, and now we're going to check the shot number. So we already know where he's shooting from. So this will be our third flip. And the shot number is 53. So 53 on his short is, we got to take into the defense. So it's a -6. So 56 or 53 minus 6, that's a 47. And a 47 is going to be good with a possible foul. So now we flip a card to see if it was a foul or not. Let me just check here. Defensive non-shooting foul. So the card said it was good. The fact says it was not good. So what do we do? How would we compromise on that? Technically the shot is good. So then we go to 5 and we look at the rating. So the 5 is the foul number on that. That's kind of gives you this, says yes, he did foul him, if it checks out that he has a 5 as his defensive foul rating. So then we look at Tom Gula, and his foul rating is a 5 to 12, so he did foul. So Tom made the shot. 2, I'm going to see his free throw. His free throw is a 1 to 66. And shot number is a 6, so he makes the free throw. 3 to zip. Warriors coming down. We're going to look at offense. Offense number 1, and that's going to be Chamberlain. Chamberlain shot is going to be an 11 and a 6. That's a mid-range. And Chamberlain shooting just out there. You can see that. That's where Chamberlain's taking a shot from. I'm going to check the defense. Defense is the defensive small forward, which is Tom Sanders. Shot number is an 8. Tom Sanders' defense is a +7. So that makes it a 15. 15 to 28 on Chamberlain is an assist. So we check to see who he assisted it to, and you could go off of the offensive player here or the small forward. I'm just going to go off the top there, small forward, which is Paul Arizin. So it's 2 to 3. Celtics coming back down. I'm just going to pull off this shooting guard, Sam Jones. And Sam is shooting from 1 and 3. That's inside, and 3 is right there. I'm going to check that defender. Next card, center, Chamberlain. On defense, he's got a +10. So we're going to add 10 to this. That's 18. That's going to be a 28. Jones inside 28 is good. Jones gets by him. It's 5 to 2. Offensive point guard is shooting from the 10 and 3. Shot location is 3. 10 is a mid-range. 3 right there. And that is Guy Rogers. Defense is opponent, which is going to be Crosby or Cousy. Bob Cousy. And shot number is 48. Cousy's defense is a -7, so 41. 41 for Guy Rogers is defense. All right. We're going to look at Bob Cousy's defense on this. 28. And 28 is a block shot. So Cousy blocks Guy Rogers' shot. And now we're going to go to see the rebound. So I haven't seen one of these yet, or even a block shot, which when you get a block shot, you have to look at the rebound. And the rebound is between the shooting guard, offensive shooting guard, gets a +3, and the defensive small forward, just plain him. So offensive shooting guard, his rebound is a 5, +3 is an 8. Small forward is a 10. So Tom Sanders grabs that block shot, and they're going to run down the court. Going to set it up. Going to look at the offensive point guard. He is shooting a shot of 5 and an 8. So point guard's going to be Bob Cousy, who just got that block. He's shooting a 5, which is a mid-range, and an 8 is going to be right there on the court. Sorry, I know I was holding that guard up, and it was kind of blocking it, making everything blurry. I'm going to look at the defense. Defender is his opponent, Guy Rogers, who just got his shot blocked. Guy Rogers' defense is a 7, a -7. 6, can't go lower than a 1, so a 1 is what it is. His mid 1 is good with a question mark, so he's going to make the shot. Let's see if he gets fouled. Let's see if Guy fouls him. It says defensive foul 9, so we check to see what Guy's foul rating is, which if it's a 9, it usually is, and yep, he is going to foul him. It's 7-12. He's going to get the foul called on him. So Cousy gets the bucket and the foul. What's that? 9-2, 9-4. Cousy's going to shoot. Free throws a 1-60. 28. He hits it. That's 10-4. Warriors are coming down. Offensive shooting guard is Al Attles. He's going to shoot a 12 and a 5. That's a deep shot. 12 and a 5 is going to be right there. Granted, they're not three-pointers back then, but this is marked for modern day. And they did shoot deep back then without the three-point line. They just weren't called three-pointers. Defense is going to be defensive center. That's going to be Bill Russell on this. He has a defensive +8. So +8 to this. Shot number is going to be 44. That's 52. 52 deep for Attles is a good shot. In fact, Bill Russell's defensive number just pushed him into the good column. So if it was one down, he would have missed. So Attles hits it from deep, and that brings it up 6-10. I'll probably do one more possession for the Celtics. I just want to give you guys a feel of how this flows. We've seen a block, how you get rebounds. So we're going to come down. Small forward is shooting 5, and the shot location's a 3. So small forward is Tom Sanders. Shot is a short shot. He's a 5, and shot location is a 3. He's just out there, just outside on the block, kind of, just outside the paint. they might be close to not having enough guards. Defender is the center. Chamberlain. He's got a +10. I'm going to add 10 to this shot number. That's a 17. That's a 27 with Chamberlain's defense. 27 is going to be a good shot with a possible foul. So I've got a couple cards over here. Fact cards I wasn't planning on using. So foul, no foul. Foul number would have been 9, which Chamberlain would have not drawn that. Chamberlain didn't really foul much. So, but even on the fact card, it does say no foul. You have two ways you can look at that. You can look at this, and if you want to verify that, no, then you can look at the foul number and then check it with the player that could have fouled him. And you can see foul. Chamberlain fouls on a 10 to 12. 1 to 9, he would have drew the foul. But the shot was good. So that's that. 12 to 6 is what it would have been now. And we've been coming back down for the Warriors. So that is a very brief kind of description of the cards, the layout, what you would look for. As you can tell, looking at Bill Russell here, you've got a short shot and a mid shot, but nothing deep because centers wouldn't have been shooting deep. There's his defensive rating, foul ratings, and all that is defensive. No one's rated above a 10. You can get a plus to a number that would push it above a 10, but 10 is typically your max. So if you got a 10 and a 10, the defense always wins the rebound battle if they're tied, like the one for the block shot. So that's how that goes. And then everyone's kind of rated differently. I when I was laying out these cards and the players, I was looking at their stats. Granted, you can't really find too many stats for the really older games. Of course, this is a forward and a guard right here rating. They still did shoot deep, but they shot differently deep. And he didn't shoot deep very often at 12, where Adels did. Obviously, guards have a little bit more of a range when they're shooting. So yeah, there's your differences, kind of the card layouts. I hope you guys kind of understand and kind of makes sense to you. Anybody who kind of plays simulated basketball games or sports games, this kind of makes sense, I think. At least it does to me. Of course, I think everybody's a little biased, loves their own brand kind of thing. So if anyone has any questions, you guys can leave them in the comments. If you like, dislikes, things that you really liked that kind of caught your eye, you think I probably should more focus on. I did want to make this game a little bit more unique. That's why I've added a little bit more flair to it, card color, also with the players' pictures. Kind of make it more of like a baseball or a basketball card feel. You can kind of see what the player looked like, and also give them like the stats that they had for that year. So all that fun stuff. So hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll probably be playing an actual full game probably here in the next week. I'll try to get that up. Right now I'm doing about a quarter per 25 minutes. Could be a little less, but I know when I record it's probably going to take like 40 because I'm going to be talking. So whenever I talk, it always slows things down. So okay, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll let you guys go. Thank you for watching the video. Everybody who's subscribed to the channel, I definitely appreciate it. And if you guys have anything you want me to try to demo or show you how it plays, I'll do my best if I've got it in my library of games. Or I could probably get it myself because it's probably something I've been looking at. I just haven't pushed the button. So, all right. Hope you guys have a good one.